Well, like literally, like you're doing stuff, but like if you ask me what did you do, sometimes it's hard to know what I did, bar fix problems. Like where sometimes I feel like I just want to do the bigger moving tasks.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to sort my. I can't. Why has my microphone gone? Yeah, you can hear me, alright, can't you?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Uh, I feel like it sometimes. It's hard to
I think
see,
that,
like,
sorry, go on.
it's hard to see sometimes, like, big lever moving tasks in action. Like, they might just be like all these tiny little things you're doing in the background, and then say with the videos that we made a few years ago for PLN on the YouTube channel, like
Mm.
in the moment they were like getting no views. You're just like, oh, this is pointless. This is worthless. Why are we doing this? But then 3, 4 months later, you get these huge like influx of calls and stuff, and people interested in what you're doing. And it's not
Mhm.
always like that. It shouldn't always be like that. Like you should start to generate a lot of traffic from videos and content and stuff. But in that respect, you could quite easily hammer talent because you're not seeing like instant results, or you're not getting like that feedback loop. You're not getting the outcome. Whereas you go and like mow the lawn, like you see it go from long to short. That's feedback,
Mm.
but it's not gonna make you wealthy. I mean, it might if your business is mowing lawns,
Yeah, if you just do a lot of lawns.
but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not
There's
gonna
a lot of
benefit us.
lawns in the world, Alex.
Yeah, it's not really
Yeah.
doing anything. Is it? I mean,
No, I don't.
if you're an OCD person and you need your lawn mowing, like I know for me, I can't. If I'm still upstairs now in my office,
Mm.
and I
Mm.
know if I knew downstairs was a shit tip, like an absolute mess, like the kitchen was untidy, it needed hoovering, there was dust everywhere, but yet this room here I was sat in was tidy. It'd still play in my mind. I'd still be like, my house isn't. I need my house to be clean to then be productive.
Yeah, yeah,
So then I would go and I'd either ask the cleaners to come or I'd just go and do it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I hear you.
She hasn't
It's kind
actually
of
been
funny
for a
though.
while.
Yeah.
I actually miss having her around.
We've a cleaner comes here from time to time.
She used
It's
to come
very
like
good.
once a week. She used to come once a week, and it's not that my house is dirty or anything. Like I try and stay on top of all my stuff, but
Mm.
like with all my mountain biking and everything else, like there's always stuff that needs cleaning, laundry, just everything. Just day to day running of a house. But
Yeah.
when she comes, even if my house is tidy and she comes and you're like, she can't possibly tidy this anymore. She'll leave and the house will feel like a hotel or something. Like that next level of cleanliness, and you're like,
Yeah, you're
what
never
have you
going to
done?
reach. Like,
Yeah, but then you just feel even better, and then you try even harder to keep that house in that spec. That's how I
it's
feel anyway.
funny. It's funny, right? My car feels like that sometime. Do I have my phone beside me? No, I don't. I showed you a picture of it there the last day, like full of sticks. It was clean about 4 weeks ago. Now it was just literally full of sticks. Like it's not clean now. It needs another clean. There's like the back of it, like the seats are just like there's stuff everywhere. And when it gets like that, I get frustrated because stuff goes from the front seat to the back seat, and then you take more stuff from the front seat to the back seat till eventually you can't see the back seat. And then when I filled the back with sticks, they all my stuff that was in the boot moved to the back seat. So literally, it just became one giant like I don't know what you would call it, but anyway,
It's funny how different we are in that respect because
yeah,
I
yeah.
my car is like there's nothing
Same
in my
car.
car. Same Range Rover, but there's nothing in my car. Literally nothing in
How
it.
do
I
you do
mean,
that though? Like, do you not like get stuff and then it goes into the car, and then what happens then? Do you just take it out of the car when you get to your destination?
I don't carry things around. I mean, I don't really. I just use it for commuting to the gym. Literally, that's all I've been using it for recently. So it's pretty much a waste, but it's pretty cool. Actually,
That's
talking
perfect.
of the car, I actually accelerated up a hill earlier today. Only the
Mm,
car was only doing about 50 miles an hour, just over 2,000 RPM.
yeah.
It's a big V8 thing, and there was a bit of white smoke coming out the back of it. I noticed. I thought it was dust off the road, and I was like, "That's not dust. That's like white smoke."
Mm.
But it was only when I put my foot down a little bit, and it went over 2,000 RPM.
Do you know what you do tomorrow? Drive it, but actually put it into sport mode or Triptronic and just pull it and let it rev more when you're driving for a bit. Um, it could be perhaps that you are not. Yeah, you might be just revving it enough.
It very rarely goes over 2,000 RPM. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
drive
it.
it,
Yeah, you want to just rev it up a bit because your DPF or particle filters can clog. So just try that. I'm not a mechanic, but just try that. It's cheaper than having to replace them.
Okay,
I was
sweet.
thinking
I'll
about
do
diesel.
that.
Like a petrol would probably suit you better for your style of
Yeah,
driving. Yeah.
yeah.
But just going back to what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So what I'm trying to create in my life, and I haven't got there yet, and I really want to get there. It's like I want every day, at least Monday to Friday, right? And I don't know why it doesn't have to be a work week, like because sometimes I like to do other stuff at the weekend, but I want to get every day from about 8 or 9. I just want to get up and like hit the day like flat to the man. I know what I'm doing, and for basically 8 hours, I nearly forget to eat. I'm that like engrossed in what I'm doing. That is, if I'm like that, I feel like I'm winning. I am top of the world. Like I'm on top of the world. If I can get to that level of kind of like it's nearly like it's abundance of good things to do. Does that make sense? Like is that a funny thing? I feel I just want to every day be doing that every day, like we're doing now, like recording videos every day, making like sales. We're at the stage now. It's actually quite cool. I showed you like every morning there's a notification of like you've got funds, like things like consistently happen in the background on all the different wee businesses, and that is brilliant, right? And every day, like I actually don't know what our turnover is. That's probably something I need to look at like for on a daily basis. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying like I just want to push to that next level of like of just momentum.
Yeah, it's so good when you can just wake up in the morning and just work on whatever you want. It's the best. It's like literally the
Yeah,
best.
but I'm trying
It's
to
the
figure
best.
out like why that isn't happening, and I often do wonder like is it
We
like
we
the
are
lack
well,
of
we are. Are you? I feel we're already pretty much there. Like we get to wake up and still work on this stuff. Like
oh 100%.
it's not like you have to go to a 9 to 5 job for 8 hours a day, and then
No.
we only get to touch base in the evening now and then work on stuff. You literally wake up. I wake up. Granted, we've both got different things going on as well, but we do a lot of our work is based on what we want to work on.
Well, no, I get that, and that's actually 100%. I agree with you there. But it's I don't know how to describe the momentum. It's funny. There's a book Alex Sharfin wrote once, and I actually got it at Fun Hacking Live a few years ago in Nashville. He gave it out, and it basically talks about people. I think it's people like entrepreneurial. I think he called it ADD or ADHD people, but like, and that's thrown around so much these days. But people that they're momentum driven, like just seek momentum, and if they don't get momentum, they don't feel fulfilled in their life. That is 100% me. And sometimes there is momentum, I just don't see it, as you said,
You
or
always make
it's
you're always making momentum. You just don't feel it for sure. Even just you, even fulfilling clients or putting fires out, still moving the needle.
you
Because I
feel like
mean,
bigger momentum when you want.
yeah, but like you putting a fire out, helping a student get closer to getting a result with whatever it is, growing their brand, Amazon sales, whatever.
Mm, mm,
If your action of putting a fire out, helping a student overcome a problem, helps them get them one step closer to succeeding and giving us a testimonial or case study, or telling us how we've helped them.
mhm,
That's 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 the biggest needle mover. Like we were just talking about before you hit record. Like we have
mhm,
a landing page now, a VSL page. So we send paid advertising to this page and traffic from YouTube. So it's like
mhm,
people watch our content on these different platforms, and then they go to this landing page that just explains like who we are, what we do, who we can help, and who we can't help. And on that page, we were looking at how to optimize the page and how we could get more people clicking through from that page to book a call to speak to us about maybe helping them grow their brand
mhm,
and or start a brand. And Peter was suggesting to remove the VSL remove the video off the page or change this. And I was thinking like, well, what are we lacking here compared to other people's pages? And I
mhm.
still believe it's student success stories and case studies. It's not that we don't have any or we've not worked with anybody. Like people should trust us. We have case studies and testimonials, but for
We've
some
never
reason
really asked people to give them to us. It's never been a goal of ours to actually get a testimonial. I think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
important for where we help people. I think it's important to get a testimonial.
I think it should be the only goal of your business. Like for us, legit. Like I think literally our only goal is to work with a student and get a testimonial or a nice word off them. Because the more of those we have, the more it just feeds this flywheel that when people land on that page, the trust is already built. And
Yeah,
then all we have to do and all you have to do is wake up and make videos. And then
that's literally where I want to be. I want to be at higher level stuff, and that's not to say there's anything wrong with the more tactical stuff. It's important, but I feel my mind is most free when I'm kind of like coming up with ideas. Like creativity, isn't that it? Like you these nearly like the ideas you have in the gym, like literally like these great ideas. It's like, okay, that's great. Now let's share it with someone else and they can implement or kind of test it out or hypothesize it more. Does that make sense?
I think you learn more about what you're doing when you teach it to someone as well. If you notice that, like when you,
100%.
it's like I almost feel better about a subject when we talk about on the podcast or teach it to a student or something
Hmm.
because you have to like think through how they would see it and then explain it to them in a way that they understand, which then means that you understand it better. Because
Yeah.
if you don't, you then just I mean there's probably things that I do and you do. Say mountain biking for me. There's a lot of things that's second nature for me in that some other people would just think how does one do that? But to me I would look at the thing and be like, well, it's easy. That's just you just do this, that, and the other. Don't
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
think about it. But
Yeah.
when if you this is why I wouldn't make a very good mountain bike coach. I don't believe I struggle with mountain bike coaching because I struggle with breaking down a specific way of doing something because it's so autonomous for me now.
It's
So if
got to
someone
that
asks
stage
me
now. It
how
wasn't always at that.
no, but like if someone asks me how to do a big jump or how to do something real specific, when I do those things, it's so automatic. I have a process for it, and if I really think about it, I can break it down, but I can't. I struggle to coach. I would struggle to coach somebody through my process. Um, so I wouldn't make a very good mountain bike coach. But with
That
the
nearly,
stuff that we're doing, same with
yeah.
YouTube channels, business, brand building. uh, I mean, we've talked about this before, haven't we? About things feeling so easy for us, and we almost overlook how much knowledge we have compared to where other people are at,
Hmm.
and then you don't feel valuable.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think that comes from like 5 or 6 years, whatever it is more, um, of literally just doing this stuff slowly, literally like figuring it out, making mistakes, doing it again, figuring it out, making mistakes, doing it again, watching people's YouTube video, taking in their material, going through courses. It's all brought us to where we are today. 100%. 100% brought us to where we are today. And yeah, most people don't have that. They don't. They definitely don't, because how could they? They haven't done it, you know? But we've just done it in lots of different ways. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
but it's funny, like just going back like to creativity and stuff like that. I think that happens when you when you give your mind space to breathe. That's when you get your best ideas. Like it's even that free plus shipping offer, or to try it out for 30 days. Like I don't know where I came up with that. Well, I seen it on another website, and then like it was like a few days later, I was like, hold on a minute, that'll work for us. And then I like figured it all out in my head, and I had to like tell everyone like, but that you won't happen if you're just in the weeds. It's funny, like it's just my thoughts, but it's where I want to get to. It's clearly where I want to get to. Um, who, Alex, just on a side note, like on YouTube at the moment, like who do you find your biggest inspiration? I'm talking in terms of business and stuff like that, like people you listen to, people doing stuff kind of like what we're doing here, but obviously on a different level because they've been at it more than us in this regard.
um, I'm not sure. I take inspiration from a lot of people. Um, I do take inspiration from people like Elon Musk. Like I don't know whoever likes him or doesn't like him, but I think he's anyone who's done something like beyond like what humans could even conceive is pretty impressive. Like, and he runs like 7 companies. Some people don't like him. Some people love him. I like him. I
Seems like
like
fun.
his. I like. I mean, I don't want to. I don't think I could ever. Well, I don't think I ever will reach his level, but I feel he is. I think I like the way he approaches just the living logic, business, everything, decision making, problem solving is a big one. I read his biography actually. I listened to his biography once, which is really good to listen to.
Yeah.
No, he has a bit of a ruthless character, but I almost feel
You
like
probably have to be when you reach that level.
to reach his level, I almost feel
Mm.
you have to be ruthless because I can almost see it in my day to day. Like if I am working towards something and then get pulled off track, or somebody suggests something that is not really in line with what I want or think, and then you kind of reason with that, and you end up like shifting what you're doing, or but whereas deep down like you should have been fucking ruthless and told the person to just like, nah, I'm doing it this way because of X, Y, and Z. I reckon that's
Mhm.
what he's done his whole life. Just been like completely ruthless. But even when you speak, like even when you see him in interviews and stuff, and he speaks about stuff, he doesn't sound like he works any more than most people. Like he's not working 24 hours a day. Like maybe granted, some days he'll be working longer hours, but like I think it's
Mhm.
just where he puts his energy and how he and if you watch videos or interviews of how he makes decisions, that's the most interesting thing. And like
Go
how he
on.
does how he
How does he make decisions?
how he makes decisions and how he problem solves.
Mm.
Um, how do you explain it? It's really hard. Like he just if you watch him when he answers a question in an interview,
Mhm.
he'll sit there and you can just see his brain ticking before he even says anything, and then he gives an answer. And if you listen to his answer and then you pause whatever you listen to and try and figure out how he got to that answer, you realize like
Mhm.
he's 5 or 10 steps ahead of anybody else thinking wise. It's almost like a like an if this then that statement, but like blown up in his own head.
Maybe that simplifies his life.
Maybe, but like it's interesting. I like that.
Because I do think in my business life I could probably like me and you face a problem. Maybe that's something we need to get better at. It's just like learn how to like this is a problem. Let's solve it within 24, 48 hours. Solved. Forget about it. So anytime there's a problem, just solve it. Forget about it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That could be
yeah,
a really cool
totally.
thing. In terms of people that I'm really kind of drawn to at the moment, there's different people I listen to on YouTube, but I actually really like. You'll probably laugh. Gary V. I actually like Gary V, and not so much for what he's saying, although sometimes I actually do really enjoy what he's saying. I actually just like his style of content. He just shows you like the idea that you just don't have to overthink it. You literally just create, nearly for creation's sake. And I find that
Yeah,
really powerful. And I'd love to get to some level of that. I think that would be so, 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 so cool.
yeah,
I think that's pretty mad
yeah.
in
He
terms of
just
content. Like,
literally, well, he just shares everything, doesn't he? Doesn't even care about.
well, he doesn't though. He does and he doesn't. Like he shares certain stories, certain themes, certain things, and that's it. Like he doesn't share
Hmm.
much about his family. That's not his
No,
thing.
yeah,
Like if I asked you,
interesting.
tell me about his wife or kids, you wouldn't be fit to.
True. He's talked about it a little bit, but not to his extent
Very
as
little.
he talks about all his other stuff.
His parents, he talks about them a lot.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, yeah. But he talks about
Actually,
how he's
he
grown
named
up
one
and
of his
stuff.
business. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He talks all about that. But it's the same stories. But I actually really like the way, like, even just like Tea with Gary Vee or all these different shows he does. Like, he doesn't worry about it. He just starts creating and see what happens.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best way to inspire people. And I loved how he documented his work life, just to show people the work that was involved in doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
I think
Agree.
that's really, really. I think that's really powerful.
Mm.
That is something that I not necessarily document my entire work life, no, but maybe I don't know, but like just that when we talk about creating content, that's the type of content I want to create. Literally engaging people, talking to people all day, every day. So like on videos like this with people asking questions, chatting, figuring these things out. That is the sort of stories and content I like making.
Yeah.
I don't like content that you have to plan and prepare. And I don't mean
Yeah.
that. Sorry, I don't mean like obviously you need to know what you're talking about and stuff. But I mean I don't like hours of prep going into video editing and angles and stuff like that. I just want to hit record.
Yeah. Best way.
You know,
Definitely the best way.
best way, best way. And guys, we'll leave it there. If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe. If you've any questions and you want us to talk about, leave them down in the comments. We do appreciate that. And yeah, hopefully you're taking stuff from these videos. Just let us know. Interested. Good luck.